The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, guys. Hey, sorry about that. I just realized I did not have my second set of headphones on board, and now I'm just screwing up right and left. I get all flustered when I have incredible talent in the booth. I mean, some of the all-time greats in the house, and including this guy, Captain Rangers. I can't get these damn Rangers fans out of my booth.
I might be down over $1,000 per hour of play at the World Series, so I don't know who you're talking about this amazing talent is, but it doesn't seem to be me at the 2014 World Series just yet.
Well, there's time. There's time, Matt. You know, it doesn't matter. You win the big one at the end. The rest of it goes away. You gotta stay a little closer to that mic. I know you.
Oh, can I bring it with me?
You can bring it with you. Here you go.
Pull the chair in.
Whatever you got to do, Matt. So it's been a little bit of a rough one so far, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's tournament poker. I don't really put too much stock into worrying about my game when I snap bust 9 events in a row. It's something that happens. I tend to bust a bunch of tournaments, wait till midway through or late in the series, pick up a groove, and then smash some score to save the summer. Seems to be my ebb and flow of the past 3 years.
Well, that's all right. It's better than getting out here and getting crushed the whole time.
Yeah, I still can't convince myself to strategically avoid events 1 through 20, but they seem to never yield positive results in them.
I don't know what to tell you, bud. But
I'll get over it.
You do pretty well.
I'll take my World Series results for the past few years. I just hope they continue the way they have been. We're on the air, Kenneth James, talking about...
Kenneth James is here, too.
What are you up to, sir?
What's up? How could you have a better guess? Seriously.
I know. Just pick any random poker player out of the hallway.
Look at this. Are we giving this shit away to the listeners?
No.
I don't think that's going to happen, buddy.
Good try, though.
Pay for that.
I have shirts for you guys, though.
We could shed security after you if you, attempt to shoplift. I like the name on the cup, Julie. That's a good name for you. Well, is that your alter ego?
No, I have.
He's got the long hair now.
Oh, sick brag, bro. You're just balling out of control like that now.
I'm balling out of control.
Jesus, I didn't know you were on that level. I didn't know you were a tier 1 boss, buddy.
Dan Heimler.
Oh, Jesus.
Dan Heimler, too.
Oh, jeez.
Look at this.
Dan Heimler wearing a shirt that says "Old Guys Rule."
And a grill on the back.
Dan Heimler is now trying to show me his ass. I'm not interested, Dan.
Look at how much weight he's lost.
I know, he's looking good.
I'm
Dan's looking good,
less of
too.
a fat bastard than before. That is correct.
Wow.
I've just been playing hockey and tennis, buddy.
We
Get back into it.
Let's play tennis.
We should. You're gonna whoop my ass, but we should play some tennis.
Probably will.
But then we'll play hockey, and I'll get you back.
This is the fun of the World Series of Poker. It's just like summer camp, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Listen to this. He
Every
doesn't
year
know
it
how
gets
many
better.
chips he has.
What?
Old guys can't.
Dan!
Old guys never know how many chips they got.
Oh, come on.
It's so funny.
I wish I could play the seniors event with Dan Heimiller's
People don't know
aggression.
how.
That would be amazing.
It's about yay big and yay tall. It's like a little
You've got
cake.
too many chips to count. Is that the issue? Is it one of those problems, Dan?
I have about, 15 inches. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many chips I got.
He's expressing it in inches.
Inches.
due to Just
Strong.
inability to do so for
That's
years
strong.
with pride.
That's
Therefore,
strong.
he has to make up for it now.
That's pretty cool, though. I wish I could say 15 inches and, see you guys. That's
Hasta
unbelievable.
luego, folks.
Wow. Those guys are something else, aren't they?
At least they don't let people in this way, so I guess it's a little more quiet for you that way, but they still let them out that way.
Yeah.
If they would just lock the doors completely, you'd have a nice, quiet area over here.
But I don't like it quiet. Quiet's boring.
Quiet, you won't sell stuff. But
No.
It's better for, interviews and crap. Not that I really care when people pop up in the middle, because I'm usually the person dropping in on interviews.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care what you're talking about. What's up, folks?
It's awesome.
I used to do that to Quad Jacks all the time. That was a lot of fun. Quad Jacks was like a great group of guys just to shoot the crap with, and just I don't know how much I'm supposed to curse on this. So I'll
You
try to keep
you
it
can
to
say whatever you want.
That's not something you should say.
You can say whatever you want.
You're not saying that to a normal person. You're saying it to a crazy person.
Exactly.
From the New York area.
That's
So
kind
we'll
of the
just say
point.
Whatever you want. We'll just,
You could say whatever you want.
Sometimes I'll just fire off and go nuts.
It's okay.
I'll still try to keep it PG-13, but if enough dumb slips, I'll let it.
Okay. I've been slipping a lot lately too. It hasn't been good.
Oh Jesus, it's 1 o'clock. I should
I
have
know.
wait for the event. It's just after 1 o'clock, and I'm already busted. This is impressive. When I put this in my records, I might actually write 0 in number of hours played. I think it might have been under 30, and I usually round. So technically, I could get away with losing $1,500 in 0 hours for a negative infinity dollars per hour rate.
Yeah, that's gonna mess the spreadsheet up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a tad. But that hey, stuff happens, man.
I love it
You-
when I write something silly in my spreadsheet, and then the cell at the bottom that's supposed to calculate everything just freaks out, turns red, and has some crazy exclamation point stuff there.
what you need is a little thing that says, "What the fuck did you do?" Just have that come up. Pardon my French,
I
everybody.
definitely should set my spreadsheets up to talk more shit to me.
Yeah, it's
That would-
motivating.
That would be good for me. It would.
Yeah.
I do it to myself for sure. I have notes on the laptop I play online poker on. They're like notes to self that are on my desktop, and I'm like cursing at myself in caps in a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like talking about specific hands I've misplayed, like reminding me what I did wrong, and just rubbing my nose in it, just for future reference.
But you got to remember that stuff, though.
I do.
You know.
And I think one of my notes was quit being a fucking hero, and was specifically talking about a hand where I paid off Igor Kubarov in a scoop 1,000 rebuy event near the bubble. Just gave him all the money with one pair against the set for no reason. And it's there's a lot of spots where you can just pay Igor off and it's correct, but this was not one of them.
Sorry, man. Yeah, that does happen. Yeah, this has been this World Series has been something, hasn't it? My God, we got the pros bombing away, guys getting their first bracelet.
Yeah,
What a
for
year
sure.
it's been so far, Ray.
They scheduled it well, and everything's been going pretty well, in terms of, Kyle Cartwright getting one for the circuit grinders. I don't really know Kyle. We have a lot of mutual friends, but I was happy for him just because it's good to see guys who, are out there just, really working hard in their game, grinding every 300 on the tour all over the country, and, it's good to see them get what they deserve. So, and then you had the Ted Forrest, Phil Hellmuth heads up match, and Griner heads up for a bracelet after all the bets that him and Ivy made. So yeah, hasn't been my World Series, but it's been a great one for the World Series itself.
Yeah,
Tester and Jack Effler doing a great job keeping it fresh, making the Millionaire Maker was a brilliant idea. I can't believe I didn't think of it and tell them to do that back then.
Yeah.
It seemed pretty obvious if you slap a $1 million guarantee for first, even if you are threatening to change the payout structure, that you can get the field to where you're not even going to have to mess with the payout structure like they did, where the normal payout structure yielded 1.3 million for first last year, 1.2 last year, 1.3 this year.
Yeah.
So there was just absolutely no need to mess with it in the end, even though it was a risk they were taking at the beginning. If they didn't get enough players, and it was just a slightly larger than normal field, it could have been $1 million for first, 300,000 for second. Now I'm not sure if the move they made with the main event being 10 million for first is really a great idea, because now you're threatening to make the biggest tournament of the year super top heavy, and so much of the poker community is so invested in that one. I limit my exposure to most events, but that one I kind of fire off by myself and fully, and buy a lot of pieces of other people, and then 30, 40 grand, which is absurd for me personally. I'm usually a little bit closer to the best nitty life, tighter with my bankroll than that. So, but it's the one to take shots on. So if you're going to take shots, you might as well fire it.
How important is that, buying pieces of people, doing swaps, as you try to, keep yourself above water on your bankroll?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're not backed, but even if you are backed, it gives you an opportunity to kind of give yourself an opportunity to have a big score, even Like, for example, if I'm backed and I'm playing the PCA main event,
Move a little. I'm
if
sorry.
I'm backed and I'm playing the PCA main event and I have like whatever 80 grand in makeup, say, that I have to clear before I get paid out, I can still like swap 2%, 3% here and there with some of my buddies and do it for final table only, so that
Right.
I'm getting paid out over 100 grand if I final table anyway. So it makes it really easy to like still swap out and give yourself an opportunity if you're deep in makeup and not too likely to get paid out, to give yourself an opportunity to get money that way. But like if you're not back, it's absolutely crucial, because otherwise you're kind of firing off tens of thousands of dollars in tournaments if you're playing all the high stakes stuff. And if you don't have like $1 million bankroll, like you can easily blow through a couple $100,000 and really start to sting yourself.
Right.
So yeah, I swap out with a bunch of my good friends who are really good and that I think are equal to or close to equal to me in skill level and ED, so that I still have the same expected value when I play an event, but I'm also reducing the elements, giving myself an opportunity to have scores when I busted early, like in the 3K6 max. I busted in like the third level, and now one of my friends is down to the final 15, which is good because he's already made plenty of money off me in swaps, and it's time for some vengeance.
There you go.
Time to get a little bit of that back.
What's the most you ever made on a swap?
A single swap with one player or
Yeah, just with one guy going through. One guy going through for a tournament.
24 grand.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that was just 2% in the PCA minimum. You don't even have
That's
to
not
have
bad.
that big of a piece in a tournament like that. So it's nice to have that opportunity as a backup plan, especially even if you're one of the quote unquote ballers, the tier one bosses that just has $500,000, $1 million bankroll. Once you get super deep in an event, even if you don't swap out before events or before a series, a lot of times they'll want to swap, like once you get deep into the event and there's like whatever 3-4 tables left, if there's another really good player that they trust who has a similar stack, they'll often swap like 5, 10, even bigger, just because that way they reduce their variance when their equity in the tournament is like 6 figures. Because a lot of times, like when I was deep in the 3K6 max last year, like playing into day 3, my stack was probably like 6 figures, and my bankroll was not much more than my equity in the tournament. So it was not exactly the best moment to be out there hoping that you don't take a bad beat or don't misplay a hand and bust, because you can like seriously ruin your year.
Yeah.
Just one bad mistake or one bad beat or one bad play. So that's why definitely swapping is huge to do. That's why even players who have like all of their action by themselves on the phone are swapping with other leads.
Yeah, one interesting thing that's come up the last few years. We've got this big bracelet bet going on with Ivy and Negreanu. Tom Dwan had one a 2-year bet that he unfortunately didn't make. Are those bets been really beneficial to the players that are involved with them? Because it would seem to me that not only are you adding the pressure of trying to win a World Series of Poker bracelet, but you're also sitting there with, if your head's up, you've got hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line when you're playing too. Are those a good thing to do?
It depends on who you are. I certainly don't like them. I've had people offer me bracelet bets, and for whatever reason, whatever offer they were making, I would think it is profitable, but at the same time, I don't need to put any added pressure on myself. It's kind of similar to when people are like, why don't you bet the Rangers? Because like I already care enough. I don't really need to put that much more pressure on and make myself feel that much crappier when I lose. Like I definitely don't want to put that added pressure on myself. But there's people, I'm sure, who the whatever 100, 200, 300, $400,000 for first in any given event, that's not enough motivation for them, so they want to have a little extra on the line. So if I was a multi-millionaire, I guess maybe it would make sense for me, but me personally, I just want to focus on my series. I already have enough on my mind in poker and outside of poker. That's why I'm in the middle of giving an answer to an interview question, and I still need to send a text out right now before I forget.
Amazing. Yeah.
I have a million things on my mind at once, and like the last thing I need to do is put that kind of extra pressure on myself. Like I already one of my few life goals is to win a bracelet, so there's really no need for me to put any more pressure on myself than that. And it's also kind of interesting in terms of like shops and deals and stuff. Like, what if Paul Volpe and Negreanu, like, not saying anything about Negreanu's integrity, I know he wouldn't do this, but like someone who has a bracelet that could just like chop heads up and like make an agreement that they give like whatever 50 extra grand to the second place finisher to let them win the bracelet.
True.
After they've chopped all the tournament money, it doesn't really matter except for like prestige and title. But I mean, a lot of people will easily give up the opportunity to have a bracelet for the opportunity to grab an extra 50 grand, and they could give them 50 grand and then make 300K on the side off their bets because of it, and it's just not right. Like I said, Negreanu wouldn't do it, but at the same time, like a lot of people have bracelet bets, and like not everyone in the poker community is much of an upstanding citizen.
Yes.
Like Negreanu is.
Very true.
So, you never know, and that's like one interesting thing that people don't talk about it. But me personally, I don't know prop bet lines all that well, so I don't really know like what's a good bet and what's not. I know the fact that there's $1 million tournament that's going to be a really small field that has a bracelet, the one drop, means that like Negreanu and Ivy are going to have a great opportunity to win a bracelet there that most people wouldn't have, and it's even more profitable for them to play the tournament when they have all these prop bets on the side. So I hope everyone that bet against them winning bracelets remember that they are going to play in a 50, 60 player field for a bracelet. That's an important thing to consider. But still, like I said, like I don't really know the line, so I don't get that much into the prop bets on the side anyway. Even if I did, I probably wouldn't even take marginally profitable ones on bracelet bets just because I already have enough to focus on the World Series and enough on my line.
Yeah, no doubt. And well, let me ask you a little bit about Paul Volpe too. Of course, I've known Paul for a long time, and he really has been storming on the live scene over the past couple of years, and now finally wins that bracelet. First, tell everybody a little bit about Paul, and then your thoughts about that amazing final table that he had.
I know Paul. We have a bunch of mutual friends and friends with him. He's a super sick online player, but I don't know that much about him personally, and I wasn't paying attention to the final table. I was out of town. I just got
okay.
back. I went to the Ranger game in LA the other day, so I know that a bunch of I know there were a bunch of sickos there, and Negreanu went heads up with them, and it's 10K deuce, so of course it's going to be a sick final table. It's like saying, oh, look, the $1 million one drop had a sick final table. Okay, every table at the start of the thing is sick, so it's not really a surprise, especially when the cream rises to the top, even in like a super tough field to begin with.
Yeah, and one other, are you going to be playing the dealer's choice, by the way? Is that up your alley, or no?
I might play like the 1508 game I think they have, but I absolutely hate stud games. So I mean, Raz is okay, but I specifically hate stud and stud high-low with a passion. I'm kind of weak in a few of the other, like the Daisy I think they have in there. I know I played the Daisy, but I haven't really played as much of the Daisy. I haven't been that into mixed games, so. I'm starting to get more into them, but like I've been focusing most of my energy on No Limit and PLO for now. Especially like worked hard in my PLO game the past couple of years, so that's where all the energy I have that isn't focused on No Limit has been going pretty much. I do intend to in a decade I do see myself playing the 50K every year. I do hope to get strong enough to think I'm profitable to play that event, but we'll see how it goes and how much work I actually put into it, because I won't ever play it if I don't put the work in to at least be like break even or slightly profitable.
Yeah, you bet. And of course, you've been so close to a bracelet here. What? Give me an event you think you're feeling pretty good about. If everybody was like going to put a bet on you, PLO.
Yeah, I've bubbled or near bubbled the 10K PLO the past 2 years, and this past year was in spectacular fashion in a 640,000 chip pot at 2,500 5K against Hawaii, who went on to win, and that was a pretty absurd hand, and I don't know. I've just been working really hard on it. It's like the one I want the most, aside from the main event every year right now. 3K6 Max wasn't even really that close, even though I had 85-ish% of the chips in it last year and still managed to finish second to Martin Finger. I still kind of rank the 10K PLO above it because that's the one I've been like working the hardest on, trying to get ready for years, and No Limit kind of comes naturally to me at this point.
So, coming up, I know you got a big project you're working on too, by the way, aside from everything else you have happening.
Yeah, that's one of the other things that I've been kind of weighed down with, and why I haven't been like fully focused on poker. One of my life goals since I started playing poker for a living is to start a charity series of poker so that we can have like events on the tour and raise money for different causes. And as much fun as it is to play poker for a living, it's not exactly the most productive thing in society. Like, there's cashiers at grocery stores who are serving more of a useful function in society than I am. They're actually doing a job and a task that needs to be done. As like trivial as it is, like, it's really true. So I kind of grew up in like a charitable household. My brother was already doing charity work in high school, and then was the president of Habitat for Humanity when he went to college, so at Johns Hopkins. And he kind of pushed me along, and I ended up being the vice president of Habitat for Humanity when I was in college.
Wow.
And my plan was to, and I ran a $10 rebuy charity event to raise funds for Habitat that was probably illegal, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
But the college approved it, and I got away with that.
Perfect.
So, and I kind of had this plan once I started playing poker for a living, running these events, and then I sort of like personally got to a point financially where I had like the time to devote to it right before Black Friday, and was like kind of settling in. I had just bought a house in Vegas 6 months before, or like 4 months before Black Friday. I bought it in December, and then I was like getting settled in, was playing online, was planning on playing the World Series, and then right after that, like putting in a lot of time to starting the website and doing everything I needed to start the charity series. But then I just ended up having Black Friday hit and decided I needed to get back on the road. I was outside the country. It made it a lot more difficult, obviously, to be here, like getting all the things in place, making all like the contacts and connections, and getting all the deals and partnerships worked out with different organizations and people, and finding pros for it. So I just really kind of put it on the back burner again, and then just started to pick it up about a year ago. I finally moved back to Vegas. Like, I've had my house the whole time, but I finally like kind of settled back down in Vegas for a little while. And my fiance's in law school here, so I'm spending a lot more time here. And I decided it was about time to like start doing more charity work again, and then start this series. So 3 Square Food Bank is Vegas's only food bank, and I've been doing a lot of work with them over the past year or so. And so I decided to run the first event for them. The charity series is going to donate to a lot of different charities, but first we need to get 501c3 status, so that we're tax exempt, and so that we're unofficially recognized charity, so I feel comfortable handling prize pool money and giving it to different causes. But for the first event, half the prize pool is going to go to payouts, and half the prize pool is just going to go straight to 3 Square Food Bank.
Awesome.
So we're kind of paying out of pocket for everything, the patches, t-shirts, all kinds of things that we need right now, the website. And I've been doing all the work on that, and now we're going to have our first event at Planet Hollywood on July 6th. It's day 1B of the main event, so there's no conflict with any Wsop prelims, and anyone who's playing the World Series main event can also play that and decide to play day 1A or day 1C and work it around their schedule. It's going to be a $300 buy-in with $100 rebuys and add-ons, and we have a whole slew of like top-notch pros that are going to show up. And we're not like comping entries for them and wasting a bunch of money on different things, red carpet, etc. Like, this is like a grassroots effort, and like all the money's going where it's supposed to. So
Great.
there's been like a lot of stuff in charity where either like people are suspicious that the money's being taken off the top, or spots where money's not being taken off the top and the people's hearts are in the right places, but they're also just frivolously spending a lot of the money that they don't need to on things that make no sense, like that aren't really benefiting the tournament enough. Like, so we're not comping the entries for the pros and celebrities. They're showing up because they want to help. And we're All American Dave is signed on to cater our media hour before the event starts.
Oh, great.
The only thing that's coming out is Planet Hollywood's taking 40 out of the original 300, so it's a 260 plus 40. So they just need to cover their fees and break even. All the rebuys and add-ons are juice free, and half the price pool is going into the food bank. So it's going to be fun, and it's going to be a drunken, joyous turbo rebuy event that should be a lot of fun to play, and it's for a good cause. We got let me just try to remember off the top of my head. Sasha Bareilles, which is Doug's wife from The Hangover, has been playing a lot of poker lately.
Oh, great.
Matt Salzberg, writer and co-creator of Weeds, WPT Player of the Year. Moko Pahuja, current WPT Player of the Year. Carlos Mortensen, who's the man. Ryan Reese, Chris Moneymaker, Lonnie Harwood, Gavin Smith. Man, people are going to be offended if I leave them off this list. Who else just came on? Tony Dunst, Will Faila, Tom Marchese. It's going to be sick.
Boy, that is an awesome event.
Yeah, and I mean, I got like a lot of people who are not just top level players and like real sickos, but they're also like sociable, fun guys who just like, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. Like, can you imagine getting a drunken table of me, Will Faila, and Gavin Smith together?
No.
Like, I hope the three of us get deep in that tournament are all like several drinks deep and just loud and obnoxious. I might get thrown out of my own damn event.
There you go.
I'm going to try to keep it together, but I don't know. We might have too much fun.
That's okay. You know what?
Sorry, Charlie Murphy. We're having too much fun.
Yeah, but that's what we need in poker. We got to have a good time, and you know that sounds fantastic. And I do know a lot of charity tournaments do a lot of things where they, you know, supplying players buy-ins and you know trying to do some extra stuff that they don't need to do and forget about the cause. So you know that's great. And boy, if you had told me sooner, I'd have been there.
Yeah,
I'd have planned that out. You know, I live here now, right?
Oh yeah, you better be there.
Yeah,
I'll find a way. I know it's 1B of the main event. It's not like anything's going on. It's not a big day at the Rio or anything.
No, we'll figure something out. So if anybody wants to get involved with the event, where do they need to go?
CharitySeriesOfPoker.org. And I own the URLs for CharityPokerTour.org, CharitySeriesOfPoker.com, CharitySeriesOfPoker.ca, CharitySeriesOfPoker.info. Anything you can think of that's a URL involving a charity series or tour. I tried to own it just to make sure no one screws up and always redirect. The main site is CharitySeriesOfPoker.org.
You don't have charity2plus2.org, do you?
No, I don't feel like having issues with 2+2. We cool. 2+2 and I are cool. I don't need to be punch boy. I don't stay on top of many references and things going on in the poker community, but I caught that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Well, I tell you what, Matt, it sounds like you're going to have a great time here July 6th.
July 6th, 5 o'clock. And
at Planet Hollywood.
15 minutes, turbo, 1 hour of rebuys. The whole thing will be over by 10, 11 o'clock if it all goes to plan so that everyone can get plenty of rest before the main event. We don't have to waste too much time, but we're going to have a nice little drunken party and raise a lot of money and serve up food and meals for a lot of people in Vegas in need. So every player, I think it's 3 meals are served to hungry Las Vegans for every dollar raised, and 93% of the money raised by Three Square goes directly to feeding and only 7% admin. So we should be able to serve about close to 1,000 meals per person that plays the event.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm hoping to get to 250, and I'll be happy with 150, 200, but I'm really hoping to get like 250 plus in this event, so we can literally feed 200,000 meals to hungry Las Vegans from one turbo drunken rebuy event. It's going to be a blast for everyone involved.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that, Matt. It's good to...
It's definitely one of the life goals that's easier for me to attain than winning a bracelet. They can't take this one away from me.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, your time's going to come, Matt. We all know it. We all know it.
Like I said, at least I got this out of the way. I can't go to the grave without this one complete. This one, I'm on my own. No one controls this one but me.
Well, we all know the talent that you have, Matt, and we're looking forward to seeing more of you at the rest of the World Series. And get on out there for this great charity event you got coming up. It's going to be a great time. So
I will be there to thank everyone and give everyone a beer.
Oh, everyone gets a beer.
Man, drinks are free. I'll tip.
Oh, they're free. Okay, done. Boom. That'll take care of that. All right. Well, Matt, I'll let you get to some other stuff, but thanks for coming over. It's always good to see you.
No problem. This has been a nice extended walk of shame, and now I'm going to head for that back exit, the emergency exit only, and then creep through the back so that no one can see me shamefully walk out of this place before first break.
We won't tell anybody. Not a word. Right. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Matt Stout
problem, buddy, anytime.
Joining us on the show here, and boy, I'll tell you what, that's going to be a great event over there.
Damn right.
Beer me up. God, if you
get me up, Scotty.
Oh, if you end up on a table with Gavin and Will. Oh, Jesus.
I really hope that happens.
Just set the table.
I can't rig the table draws because I'll feel like,
You can rig that
I'll
one.
feel illegitimate, but
Yeah,
I hope it comes up.
I'd rig it anyway. Just do it.
All right,
Just do it. All right, there you go, everybody. Matt Stout joined us here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good luck to the Rangers.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Yeah, Matt's debating whether he was going to drive down to L.A. and try and catch the game, too. Yeah, we are cranking on the sound. It is crazy in here. We just, of course, coming off a break here with the seniors event and a lot of people out here in the hallways. There is an amazing amount of things happening right now here at the WSOP. Saturday afternoon, we've got a $1,500 buy-in just kicking off today, but a lot more happening, and we're going to break it all down for you here in a little bit. Let's tell you what, let's get a commercial break in, and when we come back, we are going to be maybe watching Phil Hummuth winning for bracelet number 14. He's trying again. So stick around, everybody, and we will be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you on the other side of the break.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Tough day at the Veld? Get off tilt and unstuck by escaping to the desert for an extreme off-road adventure with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals. We have the biggest fleet of off-road vehicles known in the universe. And since we know poker players aren't exactly early risers, we now offer after-dark tours for all you night owls. And don't forget to stop by the Mark Hope Show WSOP booth at the Rio to win a free Sun Buggy experience. Please call us 24/7 at 1-866-728-4443 and visit us at www.sunbuggy.com. Call us now and take the off-road ride of your life with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we are back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and I'm sorry we couldn't hear Matt. Honestly, see, here's the thing. This is what I have to keep telling everybody when they come on this show. These microphones, with the microphone, you got to talk into the microphone. So when you sit back like that, I have a little dial that I can turn that up, but it's obviously going to pick up some ambient sound too. So I did the best that we could. I was watching the meters, so we were okay. But so I want to apologize, Clint Tolbert out there, good buddy, Sooner CT22 on Twitter, saying hi. But yeah, you know what? When they come in here, I have no control. I do my best, so I do apologize. But yeah, We'll get that amped up. Hopefully everybody will start talking on the microphone. That's always a trick. Everybody's so casual out here, It's like leaning forward is anti-poker, I think. But anyway, thanks for being with us, guys. We do appreciate it. We are live here at the World Series of Poker, and boy, I'll tell you what, a sensational day so far here at the WSOP with the seniors getting things going, and a weird spot for those guys, as they had to come in here and were actually on the bubble just about. I think they were about 18 away from the bubble, and then that cracked almost immediately. So the seniors event, everybody's getting to celebrate a little bit. I know there were a lot of people out here that were really thrilled to be moving on. But yeah, pretty good one there for pretty good with the seniors. Yesterday on the or here at the World Series, we did have one bracelet given out, and kind of a shocker there, a pretty wild one when we had with Kalen McNeil trying to defend his title yesterday in that limit. I believe it was event 14. Give me 1 second here. We're getting my stats together. Yeah, event 14, the $1,500 limit Omaha high-low, and Kalen McNeil comes in fourth and is knocked off by Nick Kost. Nick Kost, guy who had about $15,000 in cashes, lifetime steps in here and takes down the Limit Omaha High-Low Split 8 or Better event number 14. Interesting final table with Greg Raymer on there too, as Raymer was fighting for his life all day long. Ended up finishing 7th, but it was a rocky road for Greg. But does make a final table out here at the World Series. So, once again, a lot of the pros stepping up. But Nick Kost is your hero of the day. So we want to give a big congratulations to him as he takes that one down and wins event number 15. Number 14, excuse me. Event number 15, this is one that's got everybody buzzing. Look out, kids, because guess who's here? Papa Phil hanging out. And let me get a current update on that one for you. Of course, that is the No Limit Hold'em 6-handed event that kicked off yesterday. And Phil Hellmuth, 3K buy-in, and Phil Hellmuth is still in this thing. Davide Katai, looking good right now, though. He's at 815,000. Pratyush Bodiga at 760,000 in second place. John Andrus in third at 750. So, and pretty tight at the top here. We got Heinz Komatsky at 725. So the top 4 pretty close in chips. A little bit of drop down there to Mark Darner and Bill Burford, excuse me. Phil Hellmuth is sitting in 7th place right now at 450,000. But Phil Hellmuth certainly a contender in this one. I'll tell you what, with that group there, I mean, Katai is going to be a tough out. But you got to like Phil's chances in this one. This is an event that Phil certainly can win. Down to 14 players right now as we speak. So Phil Hellmuth trying to win bracelet number 14, another deep run for him in an event that put together about $2.2 million prize pool. So that is event number 16. Event number 17, or event number 16, excuse me. The limit deuce to 7 triple draw low ball is now down to 8. And Captain Tom Franklin, boy, there's a name from the past. He is a former bracelet winner, but Captain Tom is at 436,000 to start the day. David Bell in second at 426. Kevin Icofano at 264. David G at 126. Vladimir Shemelev at 117. Todd Bui, who's already made a nice deep run here at the World Series, in 6th place at 104. Aaron Sturry at 80. Ismail Bojang at 14,000. So it could be a rough day for Mr. Bojang there. But Captain Tom Franklin looking to try and bring another bracelet home. How about that? So very interesting finish coming up here today in the limit deuce to 7 triple draw low ball event. We go over to event number 17. That is the Seniors Championship. Once again, getting things going today. End up with a final amount of entries, 4,425, bringing it home here for the seniors. And 295 are left at this point, what WSOP is reporting. Gentleman named Richard Monroe out of Bell Canyon, California, is your chip leader, 203,000, followed by Terry Timmons, Herbert Bennett, Timothy Roberts, Kevin Detonine, Thomas Manakali, Romana Epola, Marcia Top, there's a name we've heard before, and Robert Constable in 9th, and then, of course, Richard Leisinger in 10th. Some of the bigger names, let's take a run down here real quick and see who we've got hanging around. Kenna James in the top 30, listed 61,200, at least according to this. Dan Highmiller, another big run for him right now. He is at 60,000. Dan's been playing great poker over the last year or so. Barney Boatman's still in there, 55,000. Keeping on going to see who else is listed at this point. Sammy Farha took a hit earlier today. He was towards the top of the board, but he's back down to about 50,000. Not in terrible shape at this point. And that's David Plastique in there as well. So, we'll keep that one updated as the day moves forward, but we're looking at 295 left in event number 18 or 17. We have a 7-card Raz tournament going on. That is event number 18. And the 10K event, always interesting here. We had 112 entries. We are down to 74 at this point. And obviously going to see some pretty good names in here, not shockingly. Your leader at the moment is Thomas Butzhammer at 141. Thomas Takaki at 136. And then Brian Hastings at the top of the board here at 92,000. Bill Chen in there at 5th. Michael Gordinsky in 7th. Roland Israelshvili, at 76. Dan Shack up there. Brandon Cantu making another good run here at the World Series. He's been making some noise for sure in many ways. Wade Townsend up there. Brandon Shack Harris. Look at this. Could he be headed to a second bracelet? Brandon Shack Harris in 14th right now. Matt Glantz in 15th. Daniel Negreanu in 17th. John Manette is in there. Jonathan Duhamel, David O.D.B. Baker, Dan O'Brien, Justin Bonomo, Yuval Bronstein, and the list of culprits goes on in that one. But 74 remaining in the 7-card Raz at the moment. Also kicking off today, event number 19, No Limit Hold'em event. Just listing 1684 for today's event. Nothing too exciting happening there right now because that one just kicked off today at noon. So that's where we are on at the World Series at the moment. So pretty interesting afternoon is going to be coming here as the possibility of Phil Hellmuth making another World Series of Poker final table as he shoots for final table number 51 and bracelet number 14. But a lot of players are going to be standing in his way out there. So there you go. All right, and I'll tell you what, one I should say down note here going on at the World Series of Poker is, unfortunately, there's been a lot of criminal activity. I may even had a couple of promotional T-shirts grabbed by some idiot walking around here at the seniors event, believe it or not. But not, of course, a lot worse things going on. Apparently, we did have another robbery in the parking lot last night, and we've had some people getting their hotel rooms cleaned out a little bit. The worst one we saw was $35,000, I believe, taken out of one player's hotel room. And, see, and just want to talk about something bad, Alan Kessler shows up. But he is looking, this is the sexiest Alan Kessler has ever looked in his life, ladies and gentlemen. Without question, because he's wearing the Mark Hoke Show t-shirt. How about that? Alan, you want to say hi? Got a second? Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
That's all day, 10 hours in Raz. The 3 hands before the end, I get 6-5-4-3 deuce. I lose to 6-5-4-3 ace.
Are you kidding me?
It's the only time the entire day, 10 hours, that a 6 lost to a 6.
Wow. Kessler, if you didn't hear that, Alan just had a 6-high hand lose in Raz. That is rough. Oh, my God. Yeah. So, yeah, but apparently, we're, back to the issues that are going on outside, here at the Rio, more parking lots, and apparently some people are out complaining about being arrested for smoking marijuana, but we've got players getting robbed of their rooms and their parking lots, and no safety deposit boxes left apparently. So this is getting a little bit dicey. So I would just tell everybody, and as painful as it is to say, stick with your friends a little bit, because apparently, hard times are bringing hard actions. So make sure that when you come down here to the Rio, would tell you to kind of stay together, and be careful, and keep it, and don't leave $35K sitting around your room. That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea either. But this is getting a little nuts. So, but the tweets are starting to fire out. Everybody's getting a little upset. So brace yourself on that. Of course, one of the other topics that we are seeing discussed still is the situation with what's going on has been going on at the Venetian. Apparently, another upsetting action as players were actually turned away yesterday. Alternates were told, "Go home, see you later," and this is just getting some bad press for these guys all around. The poker news situation that has happened to the Venetian, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm starting to wonder what the actual reason that happened was, because quite frankly, a lot of times those tournaments, when you have extra reporting, they're brought in as an add-on. It's something that you tack onto the contract. So unfortunately, maybe there was a cross-up and Poker News wasn't informed that they weren't going to be able to cover, weren't weren't under contract to cover the event. Who knows? Poker News has not come out and made a statement that said, "Oh, we got thrown out of there because we were doing, we were supporting a online site." Bill Chen meandering over here. Bill, you want to say hi to everybody real quick? Yeah. You don't care? Come on, swing around, have a seat, buddy.
Okay, I have
2 minutes? 3 minutes? Okay, that's awesome. Well, let's get Bill Chen in here. The whiz kid of the poker world. It's good to see you. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Cashed in 2 low ball events, making another run in a 3rd low ball event. And cashed in the deuce to 7 and the Raz, and now I'm in the 10K Raz. And
oh, jeez.
Yeah, it hasn't. It's been a profitable week, but not a fun one.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, but at least you're having a good time.
Yeah,
it's
great here.
Yeah. So hang on, just 1 second here. Yeah, because I think I'm having a little technical difficulties. This is always fun.
Yeah, he's twiddling with someone.
Yeah,
Oh, we're actually on camera. I had no idea. I thought this was all.
Okay.
Radio.
Huh. Not sure what's happening there. There we go. Well, I lost my headphones. But anyway, everybody's saying hi to you, Bill. So you're well loved out there.
Yeah. It's the beginning of the series. I hope something good happens as usual. But otherwise, it's fun to get out of the office and to play like 20 or 30 tournaments, however many come my way.
Yeah. So, what are your impressions about how this World Series is going? Aside from what you've been going through. It's been a very intriguing series with so many great wins, and guys like Paul Volpe stepping up and getting a bracelet in that amazing final table. What are your thoughts about the WSOP so far?
I think it's great. Most of the players I've seen in the past have come back. I was in the Raz tournament where Ted Forrest won his bracelet and he beat Phil Hellmuth. It was just fun to play with those guys. I wish I could have done more. I was out 15th in that tournament, but just hearing like Bill and the banter and everything was great. He even reminded me of a hand I forgot about where I busted him in some hand, and I think he was ahead in at some point in the hand.
Yeah.
And he said in the limit hold of my wand, I busted him 10th. I didn't even remember the hand, but. It's good. What else are you going to do in Las Vegas in the summer?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you bet. So right now, what are some of your plans coming up for the rest of the series? It sounds like you're kind of up and down a little bit, but
well, there are 3 tournaments I'm definitely playing. That's the 10K horse tomorrow. Actually, I'm not even definitely playing if I make the final table of the event I'm in, but I'm definitely playing the 50K and the main event. Otherwise, I'm just going to look at the schedule day by day, play the events I think I'm strong at, try to have a good time, lay out in the pool.
Oh, there you go.
If I'm not playing. Generally get reacquainted with some of my friends, hang out.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. So... And of course, right now, we're you've been playing a lot of the mixed game tournaments, and the dealer's choice. I assume we're going to see you in that, right?
Yeah, that's one of the events I'm definitely going to play, unless I'm in another event. That's going to be really interesting. I don't know what they're going to. I wish.
Yeah, I'm messing around a little bit. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Let me just do something real fast.
It's not making noise.
Yeah, they can hear you. It's just not quite as normally good as it is. So
I wish they would make it they wouldn't make it for a whole round, because like if you're in seat 8 or 9, you may be the last person to choose your game. They should just have like 1 game per dealer, and they should just have the rule: if it's a stud game, freeze the button; if it's a blind game, move the button. Mm-hmm. And just have everybody continually call what game they wanted.
Is the strategy on that call out, pick the game that you're the best at, or is it take the game that everybody else you think is weaker at? What's the best tactic?
It might not even have anything to do with that. It could just be based on your position, where, I'm a math guy. I always try to pick the game where I think I have the most equity in relation to the field. And that's going to depend on the table, the players on the table, and things like that, Of course, there's an advantage in studying an obscure game and just calling that. I don't know, Mexican stud, for example. people have been talking a little bit about that. You could study up on Mexican Southern call that game. That's one way to go. I think I'm just going to kind of feel the table and try to go with the game I think I have the best expectation in for that set of players in that round.
So when you're trying to add the mathematics into a game like that, I mean, that has got to be, something. Obviously, it's a huge edge for you when you know the math about all these games. But when it comes down to it, is this one where everybody's just going to kind of be having fun for a while, and that's going to be out of it a little bit?
I think so. I think we're going to have some people having fun, some people drinking. I think Sean Deeb's going to maybe be running from one game.
Yeah, there you go.
Might be in another game, be running back to this game. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, so
it should be a blast. I'm glad the World Series is adventurous enough to try something like this, though. It kind of speaks to them. I'm glad they're taking kind of this risk, and we'll see how it goes.
And with this year having more mixed game tournaments in there, certainly I think very popular with the players. I'm sure you were pretty excited to see that schedule when it came out, and it was just littered with it.
Player, I love it. As I said, the last 3 events I played have been Raz, triple draw, and then now Raz. But that just happens. Pete started the schedule and calling it. It's great because I think there's so much of a richness in poker beyond no limit hold'em tournaments, and it's good for people to see that, even though they might not decide to just play in those games, because in future years they might decide to learn those games and play them.
Well, I think it's interesting that we're seeing a trend that a lot of the younger players are now starting to play those games, and I think a lot of it does count down to you have the opportunities at the World Series to win bracelets in these events, and they maybe seeing some smaller fields and some guys they think they can get in there and beat, so it's another opportunity. Is that a trend that we're going to see more of, that the younger guys are going to start getting into these mixed games?
It's hard for me to see what the trends are, but a lot of the reasons a lot of the younger pros may be getting mixed games is because they realize their edge in no limit. If they have a skill edge, there's still probably more variance in no limit than the other games. Mm-hmm. Even if you get all in good, you could just lose all your chips in one hand. Whereas I think those of us who are kind of playing in the 90s and early 2000s had more of a, really could build our bankrolls faster because we didn't have to take as much risk playing those limit games.
Sure. Absolutely.
And I think a lot of the pros now are kind of discovering that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, you get into a limit game, pot limit game, it takes away a lot of that volatility, and you can still make a couple of mistakes and not leave yourself in a horrible position as opposed to no limit. I mean, one mistake and could see you later.
Right. It's also the if you have a skill edge on each hand, it's just going to add up in limit because there's not going to be one hand that's 50 times bigger than another hand.
Right.
Whereas in no limit, you could be a 2-1 favorite and get all in good. Who wouldn't dream of that scenario in no limit? But you're gonna lose a third of the time.
Yeah, it's true.
You're gonna lose I gotta go because the 10K Raz restart is
okay.
starting now. So.
Well, it's good to see you, Bill.
Yep. Thanks.
I wish you all the best.
Yeah,
Go get them, buddy.
In the future.
Okay. Good to see you.
Hopefully, have good news.
All right, there you go, Bill Chen, everybody. Yeah, and I think we're having some sort of microphone issue, so we'll try and get that squared up. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but we'll get it figured out as fast as we can. Just kind of checking things out here. Yeah, I think I know part of the problem. All right, so I'll tell you what. Let's take one more break, and we'll come back and continue to update everybody on what's going on here at the World Series of Poker. So stick around, guys, and we will be right back.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with the promo code HOKE. That's HOKE for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes?
The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts.
Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final 9 Comic.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Okay, everybody, I think we have that situation resolved. Somebody was messing around my soundboard a little bit. That's okay. I do apologize for that. So Bill Chen and Matt Stout coming on the show. I'm just going to try something real quick. Do a little extra work on the fly here. Trying to make stuff happen. All right, there we go. All right, so we're good. Okay. All right, so I think we're all fixed up now. So I do apologize about that. But Matt, you still got to talk into the microphone. I'm gonna hold him responsible on that one. All right, so yeah, things got a little hairy there, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Okay, so once again, let's take a look at what is going on here. Wow. I'm just looking at something here. Adam Levy got off the hot start in the Millionaire Maker, ruthless. Busted 3 people in 15K. There you go. That's not bad. That'll pull extra hop in your step for sure. Keep an eye on that 6-handed event. They are down to 13, so we've lost another player. Looks like I'm not sure who got eliminated at this point. We're still waiting for the chip counts to get updated. David Katai still your leader. Helmuth still in 7th place. So those guys just getting it rolling in there. Phil Helmuth trying to get past 7 more players, get into a 6-handed final table and try and play for another title. Very exciting day for him. Players, looks like we're just getting the players out here on the break from the 1500 going on as well. So quality entertainment, kids. This has been a good day here at the World Series of Poker. Do have to thank Jack Effel for coming over and kicking the camera. World Series of Poker Tournament Director Jack Effel, everybody, giving the camera tripod a little punt. That's how it goes. But, yeah, just checking out. Tony Dunst looking sharp as usual. Comes in wearing a suit. Not bad. Yeah, we're just kind of checking out. See if we can grab somebody, get them on the board here before we wrap it up today. We may be taking a little bit of extra time today here at the World Series. Of course, Joe Payne is going to be headed to New York, so Joe's going to be a little bit busy here over the next few days. And Nate Dowland, of course, the co-host, down working at another booth, helping himself out a little bit. But we, of course, should take a little bit of time to thank all of the, at least some of the great sponsors of the show. Didn't have my card ready. Yeah. Would you believe I knocked out all these podcasts today, and I feel like I've just absolutely blown this show this afternoon. But, of course, don't forget to check us out on KLAV 1230 AM, the Talk of Las Vegas, here in Las Vegas, Wednesdays at 3 p.m., replay Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific time. You can also catch it on KLAV1230am.com. Great show we have on there. All those shows are in our podcast right now on iTunes and markhokeshow.com. And we'll be soon joining joining another family in the Lotus Group, the Sports 920 The Game, K-Bad. You got to like that. How can you forget K-Bad? www.920thegame.com. So pretty exciting time for us there as we should be joining up with them in just a few weeks. So we'll be hitting a new station right during smack dab during the World Series of Poker. The Run Good Lounge has been up and running and going great, and we'd love to have you come down and say hi to the Run Good Gear pros plus everybody else that's been hanging out over here at the World Series of Poker booth. And, of course, you can get some great Run Good Gear at rungoodgear.com, 10% off with the code HOKE. So please support those guys. We also, don't forget, here in Las Vegas, we have upcoming June 29th through July 1st is the Poker Players Championship, or the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour, coming up on at the Golden Nugget. 5 p.m. events for 3 days over there. And, of course, if you are successful, you are off to Aruba. Kenny Einiger. Kenny, you want to come in here? I don't know. You want to come in and say hi? Hopefully the mics are all squared away now.
Yeah, what do we got going on?
Blackjack legend now has slid over to the felt.
Now I'm trying to learn poker. Any tips? I need tips how to play this damn game.
Go back to playing blackjack.
I wish I can.
That's not bad. Kenny Einiger, everybody. So, Kenny, what's going on, man? You've been a very frequent visitor here at the Rio.
Yeah, I'm spending a lot of time here, staying here, playing here. I mean, the whole month I got probably about 16, 17 events, you know. Hopefully I won't have that many. If you make day twos, you eliminate some of them, you know.
You know, by the way, Joe cannot make fun of you anymore for that early bust out that you had because Joe unfortunately busted very early in the seniors event.
But he still didn't bust like as quick as I busted that one.
Right? It might have been a little faster.
Really?
It was pretty close.
Wow.
How long were you in that one?
I don't know, maybe 45 minutes.
It was close.
Really?
It was close.
Oh, my God. Where is Joe Payne today?
I don't know. I think Joe's kind of kicking back and relaxing a little bit.
Maybe I was watching CNN. Did somebody maybe jump off the top of the Rio yesterday after the seniors event?
I don't know.
Joe Payne?
There might have been. Yeah, could have been. Could have been Joe.
Good. How you been, man? You've been putting a lot of hours in here yourself.
Ever, always.
My God,
This
every
is the
single
Super Bowl.
day. Yeah, I mean, you've been having some big guests on the show so far?
Of course.
Yeah, name them. Name some. Tell me. Who?
Oh, well, let's see. Well, we got a whole ton of them. Let's see. Trying to run down Mike Mattisau hanging out in here. Brandon Cantu that night. Let's see. Kenna James. Good buddy. Kenna.
Yeah, I know Kenna.
Yeah, a whole bunch. I'd have to go back through the list because it's been numerous, and I'm losing track. I'm getting loopy already, Kenny.
Now, one of the biggest ones you have is sitting right next to you right now.
Well, I know that.
Ken Einiger, right here.
I know
that. Live in the house.
So, what is it like? What was it like after, I mean, I'm sure you're still playing a little blackjack when you can, but converting over to poker, what really made that transition tricky for you? Was there anything that you really needed to learn and felt like oh my God, I'm stepping in something completely different here now?
To me, one of the biggest things was having the patience for how long you have to play poker for. When we used to play blackjack, you'd play 20 hands, 25 hands, 30 hands. The round was over, and that was it, and you go on to your next round. In poker, if you're doing well, you're going to be playing, 10 hours a day, And so for me, that was like a big adjustment to be able to sit there because I'm a pretty hyper guy and antsy and jumping around a lot. So to be able to sit there for all those hours, probably the hardest thing. Managing the chips. I think we have us blackjack guys like Joe and myself. I think because of blackjack and chip management when we were playing, compared to a lot of these poker players that try to push you around, I think if you have some good money management, you don't get crazy with your chips and you put your money in at the right time. And of course, poker has that big luck factor. No matter what you have, what happens. But the thing is, if you can put your money in right and you have the chips and you don't run out of chips, anything can happen. So, I don't think like Joe and myself, we panic if we lose a couple of hands and we get down and we have half a stack left. I think we're both pretty good at using our chips and putting our money in good. You just don't want to put your money in bad.
What is the luck in terms of the luck factor? What is the toughest one of the two? Is it do you feel like there's more luck in blackjack or is there more luck in poker?
Well, I think you have to be lucky more in poker because you're playing so many more hours, so many more hands. You're involved in so many things. So I really think that you need a lot more luck in poker. Blackjack, you're playing, like I said, the 20 or 30 hands. Of course, a lot of times you have to get lucky maybe on the last hand. You have to get lucky when you have, a couple of hands when you make some big bets. But when you're playing poker, there's just so many things happen. Like, for instance, yesterday in the seniors, I put my money in with pocket aces. A guy, went all in with me, and he has ace, king of spades, and he flops 3 spades, What are you going to do? I mean, you hope that your hand holds up. But as you hear every single day, everybody has these bad beat stories, and that's just poker, So I think there's a lot more. I don't even think it's close. I think there's so much more luck in poker than there is blackjack.
Now, that's interesting you say that, because I think a lot of people would think of it the other way around.
Well, I mean, if you really do, I think, the math and figure it all out, when you're playing 25 minutes or half hour in a blackjack tournament, you're playing 10 hours, you need to be more lucky in poker. You have to have more things go your way, because if there was more skill, then there wouldn't be all these suckouts. So I would argue that with anybody, that there was a lot more luck in poker.
I had asked Joe a question about different blackjack philosophies, and you come from a little bit of a different school than Joe does, and that Joe is an advantage player, and really is into card counting and things like that. But he told me that you really don't get into that much stuff at all. I mean, is that the case?
Yeah, he's right. I mean, I'm not a card counter. I just played blackjack tournaments, and I had a successful run, winning, of course, the World Series and winning the Legend and the stuff that, with UBT and, doing okay at some of the hotels here in Las Vegas as well. But no, I'm not a card counter. I don't go around town playing blackjack, trying to make a living off it. Mostly now when I'm going to gamble, it's you can find me at a poker table playing, most of the time 5-10 over at Aria or Wynn or Bellagio, maybe a little bit of 10-20. But most of the time it's 5-10.
What is kind of the difference between the two worlds in terms of the people that are involved in it? Obviously, we see a lot of poker players that, the ups and downs and the craziness that happens, and but there's definitely some characters in the blackjack world too. What are some of the differences between the two groups of players?
Well, I mean, you have these poker guys that there's been so much money made in poker, and compared to blackjack. So I think the big difference with the people is that because all these poker players made so much money for all these poker tournaments that they've won, they're more cocky, they're more flashy, they're more of everything. Where blackjack, you win a tournament, first prize might be $25,000, $50,000, maybe $100,000, but there's not many big blackjack tournaments where you're going to go out there and win $250 or $500 or $1 million. So once some of these kids get all this big money, their attitudes change, and so I think the big difference between the blackjack guys and the poker guys are that the poker guys over the years have made a lot more money than the blackjack guys, and the poker guys, just some of these younger guys, are just more cocky. That's, I think, the main idea of the whole thing.
Why didn't blackjack on TV sustain itself? Because I'll be honest with you, I loved watching those shows. I really did. But why didn't blackjack really able to keep the public's attention when it
because it was at a time when poker was hot and everybody wanted to watch poker, and again, the blackjack, watching it, the prize pool was not anywhere close to the prize pool of poker. So people at home would rather watch on television the poker and watch somebody win $500,000 or $1 million, or, compared to blackjack, where first prize might be $50,000, $75,000, and then a lot of the sponsorships, they didn't want to put money into advertising on the blackjack shows. They rather took their advertising dollars, put it into the actual poker shows, and then all of a sudden, when Black Friday hit with the gaming lure and everything, all those .coms, that people would go to, they weren't going to advertise, so it just lost all its steam. Blackjack just never really made that strong impression compared to how poker is today.
But it is pretty cool you're a world champion blackjack player.
The last one too. I won the last World Series of blackjack, so nobody ever, unless they come up with the World Series of blackjack again, I am the reigning world champ, and hey, man, it's time for me to go back to play poker right now. I'm on my break.
All right.
Good talking to you.
Kenny, thank
you.
You're
doing a great job, bud.
Pleasure. There you go. World Blackjack champion, Kenny Einiger. He's going to be the World Blackjack champion forever, it looks like. We'll see about that. But Kenny Einiger joined us here on the Mark Hoke Show. And it looks like we do have the sound issue straightened out, thank God. So not bad. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. What are... I'm just trying to look down here. Now, guys, get off Kenny Einiger's back. I don't... No accusations without proof. All right. They did not take any UB money. That I'm going to guarantee you. They're pretty straightforward guys, so let's watch it in there. All right. Okay, so right now, of course, going on here at the World Series of Poker, like I said, the 1500 on break. And let's see if a few big names flying around the hallways. David Williams out there. We got Ryan LaPlante hanging out. I mean, we're having a good time. Hey, and if you haven't checked out the podcasts, by the way, we are getting those World Series of Poker podcasts up on the board for you as we're taking those. The interviews, of course, videos are all up on YouTube. Just Mark Hoke. That's all you have to do. Just put in Mark Hoke, and you will find them quickly. And also, of course, on podcasts, they're on iTunes and on Podbean.com. Just go to markhokeshow.podbean.com, and you can download all those podcasts. We got some World Series highlight reels that we're putting up there for you, along with our show from KLAV and some past episodes that we've done, Mark Hoke Show online. So some pretty cool stuff going up there. And I know we just got a great interview with Raymond Davis, also Miami John Cernuto, David Levy on that one, and LA poker media guy Leonard Lang, otherwise known as the Poker Paparazzi, doing his thing. Tony Dunst walking by. Just see, I make Tony smile. I don't know how. Doesn't happen very much, but Tony Dunst doing his thing there. All right, so let's... Oh, and yeah, I forgot to mention, too, we got the Skype line open if you guys want to give us a call, 702-997-3049, or 3015, excuse me. And my Skype's Mark Hoke 5150, so if you would like to give us a call on the show, feel free to do so. We'd certainly appreciate that. And, of course, a lot of activity happening here at the World Series of Poker at the moment. So, yeah. Oh, and I got to give a thanks to All-American Dave. Had some salmon from Dave's truck yesterday. Appreciated that. Very kind of you to Dave to drop a meal in there for me. Have you check it out, and got to tell you, it is everything he says it is. So make sure if you're down here, you can say hi to All-American Dave. He's in the food truck outside of the hallway here, where we are between Amazon and Pavilion. All the restrooms and everything else happening outside. All right, let's see. So let's see if we got any other action going on right now. But I'd say one thing we can do real quick is just give you a review. Oh no, actually, let's get to the player of the year points first. We will take a look at that for you as where that stands as of yesterday. As soon as we can get that up here for you. I don't know why my computer's asking me to go to wsop.com. That is completely unnecessary. So we'll pull up the points for you and give you a review on what's going on with the newly minted standings. And I promise I'll find it. There we go. Let's get they've got like a 3-click series you've got to get to here. It's pretty crazy. And of course, those are brought to you by Bluff Magazine and Bluff.com. And we'll one more click away, and we'll have the standings up for you here to review. Justin Bonomo is still your Player of the Year leader at 399 points, followed by Brock Parker. Brock is at 349.50. Vanessa Selbst at 300, tied with Jonathan Dimmig, the Millionaire Maker winner, at 300. Tuan Lee is at 270. Paul Volpe has now moved into 6th place with his victory the other night, and he should get bonus points for that win. Volpe is at 258.75. Kyle Cartwright in 7th at 251.5. Kyle Cartwright Jeffrey Smith 230, Jeffrey Coburn at 210, also Jason Moe at 210. Richard Ashby is in 11th, 204.75. Brandon Shack Harris at 200. Jason Mercier 199.05. So Mercier trying to get himself in a little bit of contention there. Alex Bulletin is a bracelet winner, 190. Nicholas Coster, winner yesterday, is also at 190. Daniel Negreanu at 16th, and looks like he may be able to pick up a few more points here as this World Series goes on. Gregory Colo, bracelet winner, 170. Jason Pastor, runner-up in event here at 168. Danny Wynn at 161, and James Duke rounds out your top 20. Actually, Duke is tied with Ted Forrest at 150 points. So that's where the WSOP Player of the Year standings sit at the moment. So a pretty good competitive race so far. Nobody really running away with a first place and a runner-up. Not a bad platform to be standing on right now. So he's got to be looking for one or two more deep runs. Of course, we remember Matt Ashton, who put some great numbers up on the board to nearly win that Player of the Year race. And we do have an elimination in the No Limit Hold'em six-handed event. They are now down to 12 as we have lost Pratyush Budiga out in 13th place. So we got two tables left on there. Excuse me, give me 1 second, guys. Just have to shut my mic off for 1 second.
Yes, are you still on this stuff?
Yes.
The Run Good stuff?
Yep.
Is that you?
Yeah. Well, it's not one of my sponsors. I'm actually on the air right now, so.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can. All right. Bill Burford is now your leader in that No Limit Hold'em six-handed event. 1.2 million. Davide Katai is now in second place at 1.05 million chips. John Enders at 750. Gordon Veo 700. Mark Darner 646. Phil Hellmuth at 450. Ryan Alisar at 444. Heinz Katmutsky at 435. Zachary Cork 355. Vladimir Geshkinbein 260. Gabriel Andrade 240, and Tony Roberto 160. Got to tell you got to like where this is going right now. 1 for 12, 2 for 20. For Phil Hellmuth, really, when you look at this group, John Enders, pretty good player. Davide Katai would appear to be the. Yeah. All right, so we're doing a little business here on the show. Just bear with us for a second here. But Phil Hellmuth, looking like when you look at this comparative field and where Phil is right now, you'd have to be feeling pretty good about what he's got going on. I mean, this is a – oh, there's the camera there. We got it wrapped around the cord. There we go. Careful there. There we go. All right. But Phil Hellmuth, if you're looking around at this field and saying, well, who's going to beat Phil on this thing, Katai looks like the guy to beat. So, I'm sorry. Hang on 1 second, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry.
You give me 5 back.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm buying 1.
Oh, you're buying 1. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay, sir.
Podcasting?
Yeah, we're on live radio right now. So.
Good for you, man.
All right.
Chris Weiss, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir. All right, so there you go. But back to our thought there. Hellmuth at the moment has got to be looking at this field and saying, wow, this is a great opportunity to bring home a 14th bracelet. Really, Katai would be the main man standing in his way right now. Andres is a pretty good player too, but these guys are definitely going to be in a fighting for this thing. But Phil's sitting at 450, so gotta like that. Gotta like that. All right, so that's where that is at the moment. Let's check out any of the other events and see if we've got any updates for you. As we're maybe wrapping this one up a little early, and I do apologize, guys. Unfortunately, I'm the only one in the booth right now, so I'm kind of getting attacked on all sides. Thanks for a quality show, that's for sure. But hey, you know what? It's live. Got to deal with it. And yeah, we were going to go back and review the rest of the World Series, so we'll do that real quick after we hit some of these other events. The Limit Deuce 7 Triple Draw Low Ball event has gone down to 7. So 7 players remaining. Ismail Bojang was short stacked, and as we expected, he is out right now. David Bell, your leader, 426. He is out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And Captain Tom Franklin now in second, 355. Todd Bui in third place with 7 to go. So we'll have a new bracelet winner coming out of there. But, of course, the captain has won a bracelet before, so good opportunity for him. Seniors Championship kicking off day 2 right now, and Herbert Bennett is now listed as your leader. Richard Monroe in second. Got Terry Timmons, Timothy Roberts, Kevin Detienne on the board right now. But those, of course, not official standings, just those are chip counts that have been reported. 220 remaining in that one. All right. Of course, so we have the 7-card Raz event. That is just getting restarted here. I believe that kicked off at 2 o'clock. Once again, the leader, Thomas Butzhammer, Todd Takake, Brian Hastings, Eric Rodaway, Bill Chen in 5th. So Bill Chen looking pretty good there in the Raz tournament. All right. So once again, breaking down what has happened here at the World Series so far. It has been an amazing event, and we have seen some of the great pros stepping up to the plate and taking things down. Of course, what still may end up being, actually, I have to say it will be the second best performance of the World Series so far. Vanessa Selbst in the Mixed Max No Limit Hold event number 2 wins her 3rd bracelet, overcame 2 massive chip deficits in the semifinals and finals, heads up to win that Mixed Max tournament. Vanessa Selbst is your event number 2 bracelet winner. Event number 3, the Pot Limit Omaha tournament. Saw some pretty spectacular action, and that was won by Brandon Shack Harris, knocking off Morgan Popham. Steve Bilirakis, a notable, finishing 4th in that event. We swing it over to event number 4, No Limit Hold'em event. Getting things going for the weekend, a $1,000 buy-in on that. And Kyle Cartwright steps up and takes home his first bracelet. So Kyle Cartwright, very well known out on the circuit, holds off Jason Pastor and Alon Schwartz to win event number 4. 1K buy-in for that one. The Limit Deuce to 7 Triple Draw Low Ball event. That is taken down by Tuan Lee. Denying at the time anyway, Justin Bonomo from winning his first World Series of Poker bracelet. Elia Leswer finishing 3rd, Nick Schulman in 4th, George Danzer in 5th, Phil Galfond in 6th. And that was a pretty sensational final table, but we all know there was one to come a little bit later on in this World Series to top that. No Limit Hold'em Shootout, event number 6, saw a wild hand between Josh Aria and Alex Bolatine, which Aria had flopped set of 10s and Bolatine had aces. Bolatine hits the ace on the turn, which ends up propelling him to winning the tournament and his first World Series of Poker bracelet, denying Dimitar Johnchev, John Lane, and Josh Aria that title. So that Alex Bolatine taking down event number 6. We head over to event number 7, and this was one for the ages, folks, as Phil Hellmuth coming up 1 spot short, bracelet number 14, in a great battle with him and Ted Forrest. Ted Forrest storming out of nowhere, had not won a World Series of Poker bracelet since 2004. He is your event 7-card Raz champion. Had take the lead back from Hellmuth. Hellmuth took it away again, and then Forrest managed to come back and finish the job off with the stakes pretty high on that one. So Ted Forrest is your winner, beating a final table there of a final group of Greg Pappas, David Bach, Brock Parker, and Brandon Cantu. And, of course, Brock Parker would be making some noise later on in this World Series. The Millionaire Maker goes to Jonathan Dimmig. Jonathan Dimmig, out of New York State, brings home his first ever World Series of Poker bracelet, knocking off Jeffrey Coburn, James Duke, Andrew Tang, and Bradley Anderson. and Stephen Grainer, who, of course, a very unfortunate run for Stephen Grainer where he tried to pull off a bluff. Came in 8 million chips ahead on the final day. The bluff against James Duke did not work. Ends up putting him in a terrible position. Put him down to second place, and he just could not pull it back from there. And Jonathan Dimmick storms out to take the Millionaire Maker, so a nice victory for him. Hey, we have a phone call coming in. Let's see what we've got going on here. Hey, caller, how are you? Hello? We have a caller, but not answering. So that's the fun, all the fun going on there. All right, we go to event number 9 as we continue our recap here of the World Series of Poker so far here in 2014. Event number 9 goes to Jeff Smith, who knocks off Danny Wynn. Jeff Smith moving that $1,000 buy-in. We're trying to call again. Let's see if we get it. Hello, caller.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, who we got?
This is Clint Tolbert.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Clint? What's up?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. Mark looked a little lonely up there on the live stream, so I thought I would say hi to him.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So what's new with you, my friend?
This is Mark. Okay, I didn't know the answer.
Oh, I'm a one-man band right now, buddy.
I see that.
Of course, Clint Tolbert, one of the great players in the game, CT Sooner. And so, Clint, I tell you what, you've been a busy boy since you were on the show on KLAV in January.
Oh, yeah, I have. It's been a while since we caught up, but, I went and got married and started a business and doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, congratulations on getting hitched. Boy, how much did you have to pay her off?
Well, well, we'll just put it this way. I'm paying the price right now because, as you know, I'm not at the World Series, so I'm doing the married thing.
Oh, well, when are you coming out? Are we going to be seeing you?
Well, after watching all these live streams, I really only had planned on coming out for the main event, but I'll just I'll throw you a hint and let you know that I may be out there sooner than later. So
kind of. Yeah,
but originally I was not planning on coming out, but basically just for the one event, the main event. So, but I think I'm going to try to come out there for a weekend and see everyone. And I'm itching right now. You know what I mean?
I can only imagine. But what? So the wife tell you can't come out? What's the deal, huh?
Oh no, she's just making the transition from poker to right now my priorities are my marriage and my business that I'm running and things like that, and it's just kind of going to be a slow year for poker for me just as I get those things up and running. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try to come out there and make some noise, and hopefully I'm not really going to tell anyone when I come out there. Hopefully I'm just calling my friends, telling them I'm at a final table, and that'd be a funny way to surprise everyone.
Yeah, that'd be all right. So, well, tell us everybody a little bit about the business you got going. I know you told me about it, but what are you doing now?
I'm running an auto hail damage repair company. I live here in Oklahoma City. It's Thunder Dent Repair, and we fix hail damage cars, small dings and dents and things like that. And so right here in Tornado Alley, but there hadn't been a lot of severe weather so far this year, which is probably one of the main reasons I'm going to get to sneak out to Vegas for a little bit. But yeah, that's what I'm doing and enjoying it. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations on everything. I tell you what, I mean, it's always interesting when we see guys like you have been playing online and, getting out there live as well for such a long time. And now, Clint, you're kind of growing up, buddy.
I know. Me and Alan Berry both. I was talking to him, and I went down to Austin for his bachelor party, and he's starting his own business and a culinary school and things like that, and I'm starting this deal, and we've been friends for a long time, coming out and traveling to Vegas, and this is the first year where we're not gonna be basically living out in Vegas this summer, so it's kind of bittersweet. You don't want to grow up, but you want to. We're just trying to set ourselves up for other things outside of poker, and obviously we both still love playing poker and want to be around the game and play the game.
So what are your impressions about this World Series so far? I mean, we have seen so many sensational highlights they're going to go down in the ages. What do you like so far? What's been caught your eye?
Well, I guess if you make a final table, you don't want me cheering for you because right now I'm 0 for 3 with Jason Mercier, Phil Hellmuth, and Mike Sowers. but it's been Vanessa Selp. She just comes right out of the gates and smashes another bracelet, just beats that field and just makes it look so easy. It's kind of mind blowing the way she does it. But I don't know. It's going to be a fun year. I'm looking forward to watching Phil go for number 14 again. So we'll see what happens there.
Well, and I'm sure a guy that you've butted heads with every once in a while, Paul Volpe, coming through and finally getting that bracelet victory. I think everybody knew it was coming at some point, but can you imagine doing it in such spectacular fashion against what might have been the most loaded final table we're going to see in a long time?
Yeah, that was. And I'm not really good friends with Paul, but I enjoy him and like him a lot. Actually, I liked all. You really can't go wrong with either him, Daniel, or Mercier to win that tournament. I really was kind of on the fence, but obviously I'm much better friends with Jason, so I was pulling for him. But yeah, it's good to see him win that. He's obviously just really good at more than knowing the Texas Hold'em. He plays a lot of different games and aggression's a big part of his game, and it was good to see him win.
Yeah, I thought one thing that was very interesting about that, I don't know how many poker players could have done it, was when he got down three-handed, he started firing away against Negreanu and Mercier, and I think it kind of took him aback a little bit. I don't think they were expecting Paul to really come at them like that. Did that surprise you when you were watching that?
Well, not really. Yes, I completely understand what you're saying, and I just don't think many people are capable of doing that and just rising to the occasion with, those guys they've had their bracelets and things like that, and you could either do one or two things. You can kind of cringe up and realize the situation and start thinking about things a little too much and just watch these, sharks just eat you up, but he did just the opposite. He just fearlessly ran them over and used his stack and leveraged his stack and just put them to the test on several occasions, and it was really fun to watch.
So where do you think this puts Paul now? I mean, obviously, you still have your elite group of superstars, but where does this leave Paul now after the last couple of years he's had with a deep run in the main event and what he did in the World Poker Tour and now this? And people have got to really start paying attention to him at this point, I think.
Well, yeah, and I kind of just, I kind of have a short-term memory when it comes to poker. I mean, poker changes so much that, if you did something in 2006, I respect you for that, but what he's done in the modern era of poker is phenomenal. And, you have to tip your hat to someone who's just made run after run after run, and not only main events, but WPTs, and now, in a triple draw WSOP, so it's really, really impressive, and you can't help but just admire the guy.
Yeah, it's something else. So, yeah, so watching all this gave you the itch, huh? It's killing you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm watching these live streams, and then I'm tuning into your show, and I'm just like, man, I'm sitting here in Oklahoma City on a Saturday. I need to be in Vegas right now.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, sorry about the Thunder, dude.
Oh God. I was so devastated. You have no idea. I mean, you probably know, but I'm still not done getting over that one.
Yeah, that was tough. But
it's hard to watch the finals because the Heat ruined my dreams 2 or 3 years ago, and then the Spurs this year, and it's I don't even want to watch basketball right now.
Well, do you do air conditioning repair? I mean, they might have needed your services.
Yeah, I know, right? Was that planned, or do you think that just happened to take place?
I think it just happened. I don't think they would have wanted the air conditioning to go out in the building. But
yeah, I guess I don't know. Popovich. You never know with him.
It's like we're going Belichick style conspiracy here now. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm mostly kidding. Mostly kidding.
Mostly kidding. Oh, that is hilarious.
The Spurs, they're the evil empire right now for me. Like they just, they knocked us out. I've got so many Spurs friends who are fans, like Rob Salaburu and some other people, and God, I've been hearing it from them nonstop. So.
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what, Clint, I can't wait for you to get out here. I'm glad to hear you're going to be sneaking out here a little bit early because we do miss you out here, buddy. It's, you're a class guy, and not having you here at the World Series is very sad. Plus, it's a good person to drink with, too.
Yeah, exactly. And Tana puts in the Run Good lounge as soon as I'm basically announced that I'm not going to play the WSOP this year, so I'm pretty jealous of that, and I'm looking forward to just sneaking in there every once in a while, and then just saying hi to everyone. It's I'm one of the more social people in poker, and I like to bounce around and say hi to everyone. So I miss that.
Yeah, well, we miss you too. So get out here as soon as you can, buddy. We're gonna put a few down, I think.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
All right, Clint. Well, hey, thanks for calling in. I do appreciate it. Good to talk to you, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Sounds good, Mark. Take care.
All right, you got it. Clint Tolbert giving us a quick call there. Thank God for that. Yeah, I got a little bit slow this afternoon, so Clint Tolbert coming in and saving the day. Been a little bit of an interesting show with the little soundboard issue and all that, and people coming over and buying stuff from me on the show. It's nuts. I swear to God. I need a massage. I think I really need a massage. That is for sure. But, hey, if you want to check out, the interviews that went really well, you can, of course, go to YouTube, check us out on video. Just punch up Mark Hoke. That's all you got to do. Find the channel, and you will be able to enjoy all of the great videos that we've had up on the World Series, because it hasn't just been, we have the highlight reels, but there has been so much going on, and you get to see all these guys in person and all the nutsy things that have been happening here. We had James Woods' arm on camera, at least, earlier here in the World Series, and a lot of crazy fans, and it's just been nonstop. So make sure you check out all the videos on YouTube. And then, of course, if you want to download the podcast, they're on iTunes. Just look up The Mark Hoke Show, or go to markhokeshow.podbean.com. Always a good place to catch everything. It's well organized on there, and you'll certainly enjoy all the great broadcasting. You can go back and listen to our show on KLAV with Clint Tolbert that we had on New Year's Day. Dragged him out of bed and got him to come down on the show. I'm very thankful for that. I assume he's sobered up at this point. I think he finally made it. Though, of course, much more happening here at the WSOP as we've got daily shows here at 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific time, and then back on 6:30 to 8, kind of give you an evening wrap-up. And I tell you, we've had some very interesting evening shows. If you haven't gotten to check them out, I'm just going to pull up our video archives here real quick just so you can take a look at some of the interesting happenings on here. We've been very fortunate to get some of the greats in poker and some timely interviews as well. For example, Justin Bonomo stopping in. And that was Bonomo and Raymond Davis, Joe Payne on that one. We had an evening show. Got to talk to Dutch Boyd. We got to talk to Eric Danis from Global Poker Index. Mike Matisow and Brandon Cantu also joining us on the show. And, of course, Brandon got in that little altercation with Jeffrey Rossando that I guess got to see in the hallway. And he did take the time to explain what happened. So, an interesting one there with Matisow and Cantu in the evening. The night before on that one, we had Miami John Cernuto, of course, one of the legends of the game and one of the great mixed games players out here. A nice run early on here at the World Series. And a really long talk with Raymond Davis, not just about some of the players and what's going on here, but also about the state of poker and where things are headed and what the guys need to do to help get things jump-started a little bit. James Woods also stopping by on that one. I got to talk Dave Levy and Leonard Lang on that too. Also, good fun evening show the night before with Katie Stone and Juliana Cornelius joining us on that one. That was a fun one, so you can check that one out. Also, just running back through some of the other ones. We've had some fantastic guests on the show. An interesting conversation with Elliot Rowe and Dr. Patricia Gardner. Her doing the Float the Turn clinics. If you want to check those out here at the Rio, they're going to be coming back with another one with Jonathan Little there in a few weeks. So you can take a look at that too. I mean, it's just been a star-studded World Series shows to this point, and we look forward to having more and more excitement as the weeks go on. We still got a long way to go about 5 weeks of World Series action remaining. So make sure you guys check us out. Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show, and once again, markhokeshow.podbean.com, and on Mark Hoke on YouTube. Amazing how that works, isn't it? We kind of get everything all lined up. All right, and I think we're going to take a break for the day because honestly, I'm getting hungry as heck, and it's been an interesting afternoon. So we are going to come back at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Please join us. Lord knows who's going to be here, but we may be following Phil Hellmuth's opportunity to win bracelet number 14 later on tonight. So we will see you guys tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. I want to thank Clint Tolbert for stopping by, Bill Chen, along with Matt Stout coming on the show. We do appreciate it, and Kenny Einiger. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you guys coming up tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you tonight. Thanks a lot.